All right. So,
Welcome back to the Mordas podcast.
no intro.
Oh.
No intro. We're talking DC. The crap that DC is doing, the crap they're putting out. And we're going to talk about how they are hating on my man Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Black Adam.
Probably one of his best movies, personally. He has some good ones out there.
I'm upset right now. What the hell is going on?
30%
We're
on
cutting
Rotten
out.
Tomatoes?
We're cutting out Henry Cavill.
Cavill, I never know how to pronounce his last name.
Doesn't matter.
I was pretty
Doesn't matter.
upset
We're
about
cutting
that.
him.
Because
We're cutting him.
I believe it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. He had some type of meeting with DC, and he met with them. And then on his Instagram page, he posted that he was finally going to return as Superman. And then 2-3 weeks go by, officially announced that he's cut, axed him, get him gone. And I like him as Superman. I think it's hard to make a good Superman.
Whoever comes next has some pretty big shoes to fill.
Because I think Superman's at a disadvantage to begin with for a movie, a live-action movie. I think he's just kind of corny in ways. Even his costume. I think Superman's hard to take seriously on camera.
I can see
I can see that. Yeah,
And I think
really
I think he did a good job.
He did of bringing Superman to life.
And
This is a franchise that had Ben Affleck come in and play.
That's not the issue. Ben Affleck,
It is
Ben
an
Affleck was a
issue.
good Batman.
It's not the issue, but it is
But he wasn't
a
the best.
issue.
I think a worse issue is talking about Robert Pattinson being Batman.
I was the best Batman.
No, you did not believe that when you saw that movie.
No,
I didn't.
We
I
tried
didn't
to watch
that
it.
movie.
We tried. We were like,
I'm
"All
sorry.
right, we'll give it a chance," and then like
George
basically,
Clooney
it
was
was
a better Batman.
You know, you remember the part it was? It's the part where he knocks on the door.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Bro.
I remember exactly why I was pissed at that movie. Because this Batman ass nigga is gonna go to the front door of the villains and knock on it. What are we doing?
Hey.
They're at a party, they're at a club, and he knocked on the door in his full suit. Like not as Bruce Banner, as Batman. And he knocks on the door and he's like, "Hey, like I'm here to talk to somebody." What?
Didn't even start
When does
whooping ass.
when
they
does
opened the door.
Batman?
Christian Bale ain't knocking.
Bink, right to the throat.
Nah,
Just
Christian
that
Bale
quick
is
witch.
definitely my favorite Batman.
Oh, by far.
That's what
Easy.
he needs.
Easy.
Should have started whooping ass right in the door. They open it, bow, caught him with the hook.
That would have made more sense. But he started.
Batman knocking though. Who is he? A Jehovah's Witness? Do you guys have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior?
When does Batman ask for permission? We obviously didn't watch the
He's the
cartoon
Dark Knight.
versions of Batman.
He's the
Because
Dark
Batman
Knight.
doesn't take no shit from nobody.
The old animated Batman cartoons.
They had that nigga Batman
So good.
going nuts. They had that nigga Batman like he was unstoppable.
And then
Now-
can we talk about how they also finished a movie and then scrapped it? Didn't even bother to release it. You guys spent like I forget what amount on it, and then just we're like, this is crap.
And tell us what movie that was.
Batgirl, right?
Yep. They brought Michael Keaton back for that movie.
Because they knew that nobody was done.
You can't bring Michael Keaton back to
I
play
mean, I would've
Batman
watched
and
it.
cut the movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
And critiqued it, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have watched it.
yeah.
And probably would have came to the same conclusion
conclusion.
Warner Brothers came to.
That
It
it
should be
was
cut.
trash.
Wasn't worth-
wasn't worth shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you already filmed it, did post edit and all this shit. Like it's basically ready to be released, and you're like,
Well, if Drew didn't
whatever.
film it, then it wasn't filmed right.
So the thing is, the problem isn't the movie being cut. It's Warner Brothers. It's the people in position to make the movies, and they can't make up their mind who they want to do it. They gave it to Zack Snyder. They didn't like his Justice League, or actually, his daughter was sick. He left, and then who was it? Was it Kevin Feige
I don't know.
or Josh Whedon? I can't remember. May not have been either one of them. Anyways, they came in and directed the rest of the movie. That's why the Snyder Cut exists, because he just completely came in and messed up the movie. And the Snyder Cut is good. Justice League itself was not good.
So
But then they didn't align with where Zack Snyder was taking DC, because he was going to have Superman die. Superman was going to turn into a villain, and then they were going to have to defeat Superman. It was really dark. But they just axed him, and then everything is up in the air. So they're making stupid movies like Batgirl. and then they put someone else in place, and like, okay, cut that movie. The Flash might get cut. That's fully done too, and that's a blockbuster movie. That's a big time. That's like canceling Star Wars.
And listen,
not to that extent.
A lot of these is why I stay over on the Marvel side. You know, that's
they like
Warner Bros. Definitely fumbled the bag with DC.
They don't know
Heavily.
what they want to do. They're not sure where they want to go, and they're not developing a storyline in any way, shape, or form. And the fact that we're constantly like, could you imagine? We're Iron Man's been in between the Avengers, his own, like 7 movies now?
I don't know,
6
3 Iron Man movies,
together?
and like 7 or 8, yeah.
So
He's
like
in Spider-Man, he's in American,
so like
Captain America Civil War.
Could you imagine if we were going from Iron Man to Iron Man? It just wasn't RDJ the whole time. Like, it would, like,
it takes away from who the character is.
And you got to reset the storyline. You guys are hitting reset way too fucking much right now. DC is a hot pile of garbage on fire, and they have gasoline in their hands, and they're like, "This'll put it out. It's a liquid." They're dumb.
See,
They're very, very dumb.
I have no beef with the hire of James Gunn, though. I think he'll do good. But the thing is, DC and Warner Brothers have to stick with him. They can't let him start to do something and then axe him in 3 years. Because then you're hitting reboot again.
You told me Zack Snyder had a good idea.
He did.
And then they axed him. So until James Gunn can get it done, I'm not going to believe it because they keep saying this.
See, the problem is that they're trying to reach these Marvel box office numbers, and DC doesn't have the characters to get it done. At least not right now. They're not built up the way. Yeah, they have Batman and Superman, and
they're held down.
I think it's hard to
by
use Superman.
Batman.
No, they're not held. Batman is the only one.
And Superman.
Superman, I think, is hard to make. I think it's hard to make Superman movies.
Also, they kind of got it right. Like, I love Jason Momoa. Dude's awesome. But if you watch The Boys, that's how an Aqua guy would feel in a group of superheroes.
Yeah.
It'd be the Deep.
The Deep. Hey, speaking of Aquaman's going to be done. It's weird. All these sequels are going to come out that have no relevance to the DC universe because it's ending.
Thank God they cut Amber Heard's part.
She's still in it.
Yeah, but they cut it down.
No, it wasn't. They did, but it wasn't. Your statement is not false, but they did not cut it down because of any slander. They cut it down because she just simply wasn't good at her job.
Yeah.
No chemistry with your boy Momoa.
Well, you know.
Either way, I didn't say why they cut it down. I just said that they
like
cut
I said,
it.
not a lie.
Ooh.
Wonder Woman 3, no longer happening.
Okay, I'm not really.
Wonder Woman 1984 was not good. The first one was. I loved the first one.
Oh yeah.
Like I was impressed with how good it was because I had low expectations and came out of it like it was a top tier superhero movie.
Better than Black Widow.
Oh my god, Black Widow was terrible.
Have you ever seen Black Widow?
I didn't see it.
Don't.
I wasn't planning on it.
It is like I gave it a chance because I was like, I don't want to be like against female superhero movies. And then I watched it and I was like, this thing sucks.
It's hard to get behind it for me personally, especially if you don't have a superpower like what do you call it? Captain Marvel. Sure, she's basically Superman, but Black Widow beating the fuck out of a bunch of niggas. Come on now, let's ease up a bit, okay? I get it. Some girls can fight.
We gotta take it back to DC.
You're right.
We're over here
You're
just
right.
Marvel.
You're right. Let's.
All right,
we fuck with Marvel,
but
it's not Black Widows.
I mean, they're not doing well. The fact that they had horrible casting with Ezra Miller as Flash, and then he got in all that hot water. I mean, it's just like, what are you doing? Can we make a good choice? Because it doesn't seem like it.
Superman's coming back. going to be a different, younger Superman.
She's got big shoes to fill.
I don't think it's an origin story though. I think it's just a young Superman, like 5 years in, 2 years in. I don't know.
Can't wait to see it.
Who's playing?
Just hasn't been decided.
Great.
It's just like the news that
Now I have
that James
new
Gunn has
stuff
given
to
us
look
about
for.
Superman.
Alright.
Films outside the DCEU still going though, so we still get the Joker, the sequel to the Joker. It's supposed to be a musical, so that should be weird. Or
I'm not
odd.
watching that.
Unfortunately, Robert Pattinson,
Doesn't matter.
Edward from Twilight is still playing Batman. So
What?
yeah, because those
You are.
those get to exist outside of the DC universe. So like, there's the MCU, and then there's the DCEU. So they essentially are going to have two Batmans at the same time. Can make standalone Superman movie.
And this
etc.
and this doesn't sound.
But I mean,
idiotic.
Marvel does that with X-Men.
That's because they don't own the rights to X-Men.
Well, they do now.
And even with that, they don't have a bunch of trash ass characters in X-Men. Like they're characters, people, the roles, the
Here's the
storyline
thing.
of X-Men.
I'm
is
sorry,
spot
the
on.
DC universe sucks, and they're having a hard time getting that
I don't
dumpster
think the
fire
DC universe
under
does
control.
Suck. I think it's DC not knowing what to do with it. I like Batman vs Superman. I thought it was a good movie. I thought I got hated on way too much. The Snyder cut of Justice
He
League
has
was like an 8 out of
lasers
10.
in his eyes. He's cutting him apart, bro.
Who? We talking about the Superman Batman fight?
Yo, you mean to tell me Batman's laser proof?
Dude, I mean, Iron Man
He's-
fought Thanos.
he's rich. He's rich, so
That's
he
it.
can make all everything that he needs. As we saw, he did.
Yo, I have
As
a
we've
big
seen.
beef with Batman.
That's-
We'll do
yeah,
a video
that's-
about that
we've
someday.
talked about this before. You don't like Batman. I
Batman
agree.
sucks.
I used to think that Superman's just gonna wax him. Well,
He would wax him,
if
bro.
he just pulls up on on Bruce Wayne, then yeah, he's gonna wax him, sure. But do you not think that Bruce Wayne has been planning for this and is aware
He's
of it?
always preparing. That's why Batman's the GOAT.
Like, what are we arguing? Battle strategy is more important than what superpowers you have and whatnot. And you know this. You're the one who told me
Right.
that. And
But
as we
it
saw in
don't
Batman
happen
vs
like
Superman,
that.
he had an amazing strategy.
Oh yeah.
I don't care what his strategy was. What was his strategy that was so impressive?
He
and
led him
so...
into a bunch of traps. Sure, the traps didn't work that well because he's Superman, but he was just testing out the waters. That was his first time fighting him.
Bro, and he had him dead to rights.
Exactly.
He had him dead to rights.
He was finna kill that nigga. He was finna kill that
Martha.
nigga until some bitch. No, she wasn't the one who stopped him.
Who was about to kill who?
Batman
was
about to kill Superman. And then I think he said Martha.
Right.
Yeah, he said
So,
save Martha.
so you don't
Talking about his
see
own
the
mom.
problem here?
Mm-mm.
Batman's not winning that fight. I hate to break it to you. Batman is not a superhero.
Batman did win that fight.
Batman is not a superhero.
You know how many? If you watch the cartoon,
But
you
neither
know
is
how
Iron
many.
Man.
You know
Iron
how
Man
many,
is not. If Batman isn't a superhero, Iron Man isn't a superhero.
And don't you like Iron Man?
Iron Man can shoot lasers.
So could Bruce Wayne.
If he
I
wanted
don't-
to.
Yeah.
If he wanted to. He can
Yeah.
do whatever he wants. He has all that money. Why
Exactly.
wouldn't he want to shoot lasers out of his hands?
Because he doesn't need to. Because he knows he's that nigga.
No, he
Because
doesn't.
he was trained
Yes,
by
he
Ra's
does.
al Ghul. That's why. You don't need to.
Who was Tony Stark trained by? No one.
Okay, but Tony Stark has a AI system that operates in the suit that could take control of the suit, and literally with
Meaning-
downloaded
You don't-
information.
Meaning he needs help.
You don't think the Batplane can do that?
Meaning
Or the Batmobile?
he's 50%. It's not just him. He's getting help. A lot of help. A lot of help. Batman's doing it all himself. He doesn't have somebody else talking in his ear. It's telling him, do this, do that, do this, do that. He doesn't have that. Iron Man needs that. Because without it, then he's just...
I'm not saying Iron Man is a superhero. You guys are saying he's not. I'm just saying he's more super than Batman is.
What makes him more super than Batman is?
So you
The fact that he
don't
can
consider
shoot
Iron Man to be a
lasers.
superhero?
Not really. I mean, he doesn't have a superpower. That's part of being a superhero is having a superpower. It's where the super comes
So
from.
we're to the
He's
point now
super
where,
rich.
So here.
That's his superpower. They're both super rich and super intelligent. Super good with their money. Super good with their.
Okay, but that's the thing. Bruce Wayne is not even super intelligent like that, though. Like, Iron Man builds his own stuff. Bruce Wayne does not.
You mean like his armored vehicles and whatnot? You're right. He doesn't build those
That's fine. He's got a company who builds them.
because he's rich.
Exactly. Wayne Enterprise builds them.
But you're talking about, like, how intelligent he is. Like, Tony Stark is on a whole nother level.
Battle strategy.
Not to mention.
Battle IQ.
Not to mention.
Batman wipes the floor with Superman. Battle IQ wise.
Hey, who you got winning, Batman or Iron Man in a fight?
Iron Man.
I think Batman's. Oh, dude, Batman's whooping that ass.
Okay.
Because he's gonna have
I
a
don't.
bat iron
It's
suit.
fine. It's fine. Look, I understand it. You're going to be like, oh, he wins every time because he strategizes.
Because he beat Superman. I mean, come on. It took, what's his name? Iron Man, the whole Avengers squad in 2 movies to beat Thanos.
Yes, because he could literally alter reality.
And died.
Oh, hey, all right.
just
Don't
saying.
do
Tell
that.
me the last time
Don't
Batman
do
died.
that. All right, we can reel that one back in. We can reel
Because
that one back in.
I would love to talk
my
about
heart
how
when you
literally
died.
if they didn't write in, he strategizes so well that he beats everybody. He's getting taxed left and right. Left and right, he's getting
It's
taxed.
a great thing that he doesn't get taxed by anybody. None of the.
That's the problem I have with One Punch Man, bro. Like, you can't have.
Well, if that's the
I
case,
don't wanna
Naruto was
see
getting
my-
clapped in season 1. Zabuza's killing him. Simple. And he's getting his ass beat to.
Hold on,
Neji.
Hold on.
And he's getting his ass beat to
Naruto
Neji.
has help almost every single time, bro.
But he beat Neji 1-on-1.
He beat Neji 1-on-1, but he couldn't beat Kabuto on 1-on-1. Didn't beat Orochimaru 1-on-1.
So he's getting help.
Right.
Batman not only isn't getting help, but he's doing all this shit without a superpower.
God. How's he a superhero with no
That's
superpower?
the most super thing about it all, too.
Because he's super intelligent and he's super rich. You put that together and you have the two best.
Superhero.
No,
bro.
what
You
you
have the
have
two
is a
best-
shitty version of Iron Man.
I was gonna
This
say
man
you
has-
don't need
You
best
don't need
characters.
superpowers to be a superhero.
Boom. Now what? All right. Enough said.
I just want to know how you're defending Batman as a superhero.
Who else
and then
is beating
openly
on-
admitting that the entire DCU sucks and can't even be carried by quote unquote one of the greatest superheroes that exists.
Well, I've
That
been alive
what
for-
is going on?
I've been
What is
alive for
going
2
on here?
decades, and we've
Which
gone
side
through
are you
3
on?
Different Batman, so Dark Knight Rises. That Batman will forever be the best.
That's the best Batman
And
movie.
if we just allowed
Dark Knight
him
Rises.
to just be Batman, then sure. But we didn't do that.
What do you want me to do about it?
I don't want you to do anything, but accept the fact that
Batman
there's not a lot of
sucks. I do not care.
I don't think Batman movies. I think it's hard to incorporate Batman into a Justice League type movie too.
You really, yeah.
Because Batman
honestly,
and aliens to me always seems weird.
you got to go to the cartoons.
Yeah.
That's what.
That's
you will
not what
understand.
we're talking about though, because that is not the DCU.
No, I know. I'm just saying. DCU.
What do you think that the MCU stands for?
I
Marvel Cinematic
understand
Universe.
what it stands for.
So when you're
Pal.
referencing
Pal,
the-
hold on. You started bringing up the movies, right? I said.
Which is what I based
That
the
we've
Batman
gone
off
through
of.
multiple different Batmans. Now we have Robert Pattinson along with somebody else. And all I said was, if you really want to understand Batman, then go to the cartoon. That's all I said.
But I'm not talking about Batman from the cartoons. I'm talking about Batman in the movies.
Yeah, but what about the DC universe didn't you like? What movies? Because I liked it, and I just think Warner Brothers is fucking it up by completely changing everything. I think James Gunn can do a good job, but I would have loved to see continuations of the movies that we were going to get. So you didn't like Batman vs. Superman?
Okay, first of all, I'm never going to like any Ben Affleck movie ever. Like, there's only like one that I enjoy. That's like that Triple Frontier, I think is what it's called. An amazing movie. Made you watch it.
You watch it?
Yeah, it's the one where they go down and rob that drug dealing kingpin in like Colombia or whatever.
Oh.
They steal all his money.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's got a lot of good movies.
Name one.
Armageddon, Gone Girl, Argo.
And are these good because of Ben Affleck, or they're just well done movies? Because I've seen those, and Ben Affleck was not the reason those movies were good.
I like Ben Affleck.
No.
I don't understand the hate.
Why do we hate? Why do we not like?
Ben
why
Affleck
do we disapprove?
can't act, bro. He sucks at acting. You want to talk about somebody that plays the same character no matter what they are? Ben Affleck. Watch his movies. They're all the same. It's the same character in every movie. He's just Ben Affleck. He gives an apathetic performance, and I have to listen to people applaud his mediocrity.
Anyways, so you didn't like Batman vs. Superman. You don't like Justice League?
I'm not gonna lie, I stopped watching it. People told me it sucked, so I.
The Snyder Cut.
didn't.
The Snyder Cut is much better. The Snyder
I
Cut.
am not.
It's like 60% new.
4 hours? Something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
pretty
not sitting there and watching that shit.
long. Pretty damn long.
He made me watch Avatar. Too damn long.
Yeah, Avatar is too long.
I'm not. No. Trim that down or make it 2 movies. I don't care. I'll watch it then. I'm not sitting through. Got 4.5 hours to.
About
watch
the
a
newest
movie.
Avatar that we just went to see?
Yeah. Of course.
I made you see that? Or you wanted to see that? Motherfucker, don't. You know what? It's cool. I'll let you have that one on camera. This nigga, he made me. He made me. The hell? You were quick to throw me under the bus.
Yo,
So
it was just like the first one. Could have been trimmed down. It's like any Quentin Tarantino movie. Could have been trimmed down. I don't need to sit there for all that unrelated plot
Apparently,
crap.
they're gonna drop a
Quentin
director's cut
Tarantino.
that's 9
Quentin
hours.
Tarantino movies do not need to be cut down. You're reaching. Quentin Tarantino is arguably the best director of our time. Cut his movies down. What movie do you want to see cut down?
Name one.
You name one.
All of them.
Which one?
No, I
Give me an
mean
example.
literally.
Give me an example. Pick one of his movies.
He's the one who did Django Unchained.
Other
right?
than Django. Django,
Pulp Fiction, right?
you never seen. I thought you had never seen Pulp Fiction.
No, I've seen Pulp Fiction. I didn't make it all the way through the movie because I was like, yo, half this shit could be cut.
Have you seen Kill Bill?
No, because once again, everybody that watched it was like, this movie's too damn long. And I was like, by now I've seen enough Quentin Tarantino movies to know exactly how it's going to go, and I'm not sitting through another one of these.
We gotta pull a good one out there.
They're like a 2-hour horror movie, bruh. Cut 30 minutes of that. Easy. Easy peasy. No
See,
horror
I
movie
think-
needs
I
to be
think-
2 hours.
I don't think
No
his
Quentin
movies are too long.
Tarantino movie needs to be that goddamn long.
Dude, there's so much character development in his movies. There's so many little, there's so many pieces to the puzzle in a Tarantino movie. I mean,
The
in Pulp Fiction,
accoutrements.
you never even find out what's in the suitcase. It's a tease throughout the whole movie, and you never even get to see it. It's just to your own imagination. Like, that's insane. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
I have not.
Oh man, I
have
just
not.
spoiled it for you.
I'm not gonna lie. It's
you
really.
did. You spoiled it. Now I don't think I'll ever get a chance to watch it.
It's. Look, man.
I'm just.
I can't like. Yo. Yes, his movies can be cut down, bro. I'm sorry that I was the one that had to be able to tell you this.
See, when I watch it, I don't judge a movie based on how long it is. If I'm enjoying it and it adds to the movie,
That's the problem.
'Cause Tarantino
I'm
movies
not,
aren't
and it's
ridiculous.
filler.
They'll
No,
be
it's
like 2
filler. You
hours
need to
and
watch
50
more
minutes.
anime. You understand what filler is. It's filler. It's garbage. There is unrelated stuff in the movie to the plot.
so Quentin Tarantino movies are garbage. That's what I'm getting from this.
Filler's garbage. The movie
does
itself
not
is
make
not
fillers.
garbage. There is filler in the movie. So like in a season, right? In anime sometimes, if like the manga is not where the show's at, they'll make filler episodes where like they don't advance the plot, but they explain something else. He has filler episodes, filler moments in the movie.
So if we were to sit down and watch Inglourious Bastards front to back, you would critique that movie? An all-time great
See,
movie.
once again, this is a movie that I like, but I watched, and every time I still watch it, I'm like, this could be cut down.
To each their own, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna look this up, and then I will inform you what parts could have been cut out of his movies, and I'll explain why they could have been cut. Because, look, I get this is a hot take, but it's really, like, his movies are too damn long.
I would agree that James Cameron's movies tend to be way too long. Who
For
did
sure.
Titanic? Was that him or Spielberg?
I don't know. I didn't watch Titanic.
You ever seen Titanic? Great movie.
Not really.
Long.
You've never seen it. You've never seen it. You just said you've never seen it.
It's long.
I already know what happens. It's not what I want to watch. There's enough room for both people on the board. I know that.
See, Titanic though, the boat sinking isn't what the movie's about. Titanic is a love story. And then boom,
And she lets him die.
Yeah.
It's not a love story. It's a shitty
Yeah.
love story.
This is
Shitty
exactly
love
the same
story.
problem I have with Romeo and Juliet. People hail that as a love story. It is not a love story. It's a story about two idiots. Apparently, this is a story about one idiot. She asked him.
See,
Two
they both,
idiots.
yeah,
Two
two of them. They
idiots,
both
'cause
could
he
have gotten
allowed
on this
her to-
board, man.
Yeah, he
No,
said,
no,
I'm
no.
gonna stay right here, and I'm just gonna stay in this freezing cold water.
She let him stay in the water so he would die and she'd get a new man.
Pretty much.
So there was one sucker
And
in that
I was
movie.
gonna say, and he was stupid enough to believe her when she said that.
She's
you
not
won't
stupid
get-
though. That was smart. That's a big brain play on her part. She didn't have to kill him. She's not gonna get in trouble for that. But she killed him.
That's facts.
Also,
Back to James. Do you have? Sorry, go ahead.
no, we can head back to DC. Screw the DC universe. They don't know what they're doing. At this point, they've done too much, and they just need to hit an entire reset and just commit to something. And hopefully, it's better than the garbage they have been putting out, no matter what this man says.
So speaking of James Gunn, though, how do we think his exit from Marvel's going to be? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out. That looked good. Did you see the trailer?
No,
That looked good.
I haven't seen it. No.
but I'm definitely gonna watch it. I mean, he's got talent,
I love those movies.
but is Warner Brothers gonna stifle that talent? Is the real question.
Yeah, that's the issue that I think we can all agree on. It's not the people in charge per se, but it's just Warner Brothers, the high ups in the company, not knowing what the fuck they're doing. No more Black Adam, Eli.
Sucks. You hate to see it. I thought that was a very good, great movie.
Yo, when he tossed, bro. Yo, we were weak.
I hate-
I think Black Adam was a strictly financial decision.
Fair.
It wasn't a bad movie, but it flopped at the box office. James Gunn probably just came in, said, flopped, I don't want it. Unfortunate that I got caught in those crosshairs.
I don't know why people didn't like it. I didn't like the other superheroes in the movie. They were all trash. That Falcon nigga, boo boo. What do you call it? The nigga with the mask. He's supposed to be like one of the strongest DC characters, and that nigga died to a devil. Why are we fighting devils? What the fuck's up?
DC, get it together.
Why are we fighting
Get it
devils?
together.
Also, he was just using the shadow clone jutsu.
That's pretty much what he. Yeah, he just kept spamming that. He just kept spamming
Should
that
have learned
the
from
entire.
Naruto. That shit don't work.
Bro,
Look, I feel that DC is like a smack to the face. Like, you get your hopes up, and then they just slap you.
Think what they did to all those Superman fans, Henry Cavill fans. Told the world that we brought him back
I love Henry.
just to take him away.
As Superman. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. DC, get it together. Actually,
better.
get it together or don't. I'm
Hey,
still gonna
but I'm
be on the
excited
Marvel.
for The Witcher then.
Hey,
The Witcher's sick.
he's gonna play that role.
And see, my thing is like, who are you gonna go with? Like, you're gonna have to cast somebody kind of like
Big shoes to fill.
who literally are you gonna get to fill that role? Like, cause there's nobody I want to see as Superman other than him. Like, who are they gonna put? And because I feel like they're gonna go with like a kind of how they did with Spider-Man. Try to go that young route so that they can age him and make movies for like a decade. But like
That doesn't work with Superman.
yeah.
So I'm saying it's hard to make Superman movies, and
Not to mention
they just made it
Superman,
way tougher.
like, I feel like they're gonna have to do the Tom Cruise route though. Like, they're gonna have to get somebody short and jacked. Like, I don't know how tall he is. I don't know how tall Henry Cavill is. Cavill, whatever his name.
6'2".
Yeah, but he's big and he's tall. Like, man is swole as shit. So like, you know, really buff 6'2" guys are just around every corner, no matter what Tinder would have you believe. What are you doing? What you doing there, buddy?
Just giving the fans something to look at.
So I mean, like, who? See, that's the thing. Is like, I think they had good people in place. Having The Rock on your team, come on, that's a blockbuster superstar right there.
He unfollowed
axe
them.
that?
He unfollowed them on social media.
As well, he should.
They did him wrong.
You don't need to leave your ex in your life when you break up. Get her going.
Move on.
Long road ahead for DC.
Hey,
It looks like a dumpster fire.
I want to see a Batman Beyond movie.
Is that like old Bruce Wayne, or is that like Buzz
When-
Lightyear Bruce Wayne?
It's when
you said what?
it's when Bruce Wayne is old, and it's essentially a new Batman, but Bruce Wayne is still in the picture. It's old man Bruce Wayne. He becomes essentially the guy in the cave. Bruce Wayne does. He becomes Alfred.
They need to give us a live
And
action
Terry.
Teen Titans. A solid one.
The show
Very
I've heard is
solid
good.
one.
Probably got axed too.
Teen Titans?
It's on HBO has a Teen Titan show.
You're right.
But you know who? It's HBO does Warner Brothers, like owns Warner Brothers.
Other way.
Other way?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Mhm.
No, because
Well,
I'm
isn't
pretty
that
sure they
great?
bought from Time Warner.
Because HBO Max is going to be called Max now, and it's going to be a combination of HBO stuff, Warner Brothers stuff, and someone else, Discovery, I think, or Net Geo, one of them.
You're right. Right here.
You said it is or it isn't?
No. You're right. It is Warner Brothers owns HBO. So like, Warner Brothers just doesn't know what they're doing.
No, bro. They just went in and axed. What is it? Westworld. Canceled.
Yeah.
One season earlier. I don't watch it, but I know that show was huge at one point.
It's actually a really good show if you
Yeah.
watched it.
No, I've never seen it.
But yeah, not just DC. Warner Brothers needs to really get it together here. You got a good thing with House of the Dragon.
They're living off Game of Thrones right now.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, they need to get it under control. James Gunn could be the man to do that. We'll have to wait and see, though.
We'll see, baby.
And this is something that's going to take a while to get back under control. Like, it's the whole.
I would give it 7 years.
I mean, you kind of have to.
Seemed like a good number.
Yeah, at least 5.
Because you got to think they got to roll out this batch of movies that they want nothing to do with. The Flash. Who knows when that's even going to come out?
They should just.
Aquaman still got to come out. I think that's it. Shazam 2 still has to come out. So they got to get those out of the way. Then you got to film and get the other ones out. I would say we see our first movie in 2 years. So then that would be 5 years of putting it out. So let's see.
All right. Well, that's it from the More to Us podcast. We're your hosts. We'll see you next time.
See ya.